Peace and blessings. Hey, hey everyone. Peace and blessings. It's Talking Tuesday. Well, what you gonna do? It's really Talking Tuesday, and it's the end of Talking Tuesday. So before a queen go ahead and lay her crown down and get some rest on the throne. A queen was like, real quick. Let me just come on here real quick, real quick, because Queen like to talk her ass off. And just share a little bit about our media moment and as well as our Talking Tuesday episode. So, this episode, we will be talking about empire. And we all go through the process of we love a show, we don't really like the show, we don't never watch the show, we don't got time for a show. We don't watch a show no more. So, on Empire, which is season 6, episode 15. And it's called Love Me Still. Peace and blessings. Come on in. What city, state, or country are you seeing this in? So I'm just going to read the details. It says, Love Me Still, directed by Diane Houston. Love Me Still, as their wedding day arrives, Terry's fear concerning Andre's temper continue to surface. So we're going to be talking a smidge about mental health, about anger, about the signs, about do you know your mental health status? And we missed mental health yesterday because in life, when we are going through our own storms, we kind of make sure we're getting our shit together and working on our shit. Okay. Because just because we are, excuse me, just because we are in a space of healing, right? And being a part of our personal growth and self-healing, it's more of a what can we do to make things feel better? What can we do when it comes to our signs? What can we do when we are experiencing maybe heart palpitations? What can we do if our pressure is up? What things can we eat when we are going through our mental health space? So on Talking Tuesday, this Empire episode, so I caught a little bit of it. I want to say today is Tuesday, so I want to say it was like Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. So Sunday, just watching the different episodes and started to come across a few episodes that seemed similar. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna indulge. I'm gonna, watch it. And as I'm watching it, I'm becoming stunned. And I'm like wow, like normally I'm not really into certain shows in life. I may be into it a little bit but may not be, and I'm like, okay, I'm just checking it out. And as I'm checking out the show again, I'm seeing this pattern, and I'm like, so Sunday watching it, Monday it really hits. So Sunday, we had the opportunity to be a part of the 5K Suicide Prevention Walk with AFSP Corporation. And we've done this walk 4 times. This is our 5th time. However, this is our first time walking at the Man Music Center here in Philadelphia. And it's really huge, and we're going through the process. So, mental health and suicide really plays a huge factor within the show, within ourselves, just growing and personal growth. And it just didn't really hit me about, wow, I may not have been here many, many moons ago if I would have went on with my plan and if my plan would have worked. And we are now about to go into some sensitive topics. So, as us going into these simple topics, we do ask that you take the opportunity, excuse me, to be a part of it within a open mind and be able to meet us here and know that this is not a consultation. This is a awareness, right? And so being a part of awareness, we must be able to be a part and be aware of the content that we're placing out here, the message, the messenger, and so forth. So if you are struggling with suicide, one, we really need you. You need you. And two, if you can't talk to someone, that you feel close with, if you can't talk to us here at the show, make sure you always dial 988 and allow someone in. My nose itching. So, as we're sharing this sensitive topic and information, everything here more so is a little bit more on the sensitive side, more on the taboo side, because a lot of the topics we aren't privileged to speak about. And I say privileged because nothing to do with color and everything to do with what we just don't speak about, even in our own homes. And again, nothing about color, nothing about culture, everything about being a human and living in quarterly spaces and equal spaces to share things that are going on in the home with someone that know you look up to, right? And we're not talking about if an auntie is touching a nephew or a grandmom is touching a son or, whatever the case may be, whatever the dynamics may be. If you are getting inappropriately touched and things like that. So these are sensitive topics that will be talking about. And we do ask that, again, you come with the maturity level and the open mindedness and the wholeness of a human, like just meet us halfway, right? And going through this whole process of this walk Sunday, it was like, damn, there was a time I may not have made it. And if I had not made it, well, you all wouldn't even meet me. You all would not even have known me. And so Sunday, it was an all day thing. And I didn't really know how I was feeling through the process. I know it took all year to get here, basically. Like the date seemed like it never was to come. And then it was here. And then we were in it and gone. And that's how fast it went. And that's how to even speak about time. So as we're gathering from this walk, and now the next day comes, Mental Health Monday. And just being able to squeeze me, just being able to be in a reflection space, it was like I still wasn't there yet. And then Tuesday come today. And again, I had so much of the plan to come on yesterday for Mental Health Monday. But I just really, I couldn't. because I was healing. And in that healing space, it was like, okay, we need to talk about this. Let's talk about suicide. Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about our triggers. Let's talk about trauma. Let's talk about these things, right? Because these things are already happening. And the more that we're able to talk about them, the more that we'll be able to find solutions and be able to bring awareness to these sensitive topics. So, in the space of having these sensitive topics, it's more like, okay, let's be open and honest. Let's be transparent. Let's be vulnerable. And being vulnerable allows people to be able to see themselves and then be able to relate with the commonality of others. And let's face it, we don't do either. We don't do either. We don't know how to do either. We don't want to do either. However, yet we all are screaming that we want the same thing, just in various languages. So, talking Tuesday with Empire, I'm just going through the episodes and going through it and going through it. And a few of the episodes, I was like, we need to talk about this. So, I don't know if you all seen Empire. I don't know if you guys watch Empire. I know when Empire first hit the boards, and it's just I'm like, yo, this is hot, this is popping, this is what it was. But then the second season, it just lost me. Like I was just like, wah, wah. I think I seen like the first few episodes, and I was like, nah, I'm good, I'm good. And so I didn't see this to the rest of Empire until I want to say maybe season 4, I think, or 5, 4, 3 or 4. I think 3 or 4. I mean, I was watching 3 or 4, and then after that, I started watching it. Came back on and started watching it, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if y'all really watching this or seeing this, but I know this is happening in your homes. So, quick run through. So we all know who Andre is, right? Andre is supposedly the oldest one, the eldest one. Well, there's a few episodes prior to this episode that we find out that Lucius has a eldest son, okay? Kingsley, that's his name, Kingsley. And Kingsley was this portrayed as a resentful, evil devil, okay, what have you. And his mother was, I forgot her name, was it Kathy? I think it's Kathy. It might be Kathy. And I can definitely double check and check it out. And if I am wrong, so sorry, Empire. And just through the process of watching it, and I'm like, yo, this is like phenomenally crazy. I'm like, yo, I know you guys dealt with this a lot in your life, and if it wasn't you directly, it may be you indirectly from a family or friend or a loved one. And I'm like, okay, his mom a crackhead. Great. She's feeding all these lies in his head. And she's smacking him. She's just going through it. And I'm like, wow. Like anything your mom say, like he was a yes ma'am, okay? He was a yes ma'am. Anything, his mama wanted or said, like he would like do because he was afraid, of all the trauma that she was embedding into him, because of all the trauma and the things she went through. Peace and blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Angel in the house. Woo, woo. And as that process, and we were watching it, I'm like, this is crazy. Like she just smacked the shit out of him. Like, and I'm like, and Kingsley is just really going through this process. He's trying to figure out why Lucius was not in his life. And for one, he didn't even know that that was his father at one point. And it just started getting real extra juicy. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Am I watching this? Because again, I stopped watching it for a while. And I came back onto some juicy parts. And I'm like, yeah, we all dealt with this somewhere in our life, in our family, our friends, our coworkers, our loved ones, our neighbors, strangers, people we kind of just see every now and again. And these things need to be talked about. They are not talked about enough. They are not. And I feel like the more we talk about it, the more we shed light into it, the more awareness it brings, and the more that people look like us, right? Look like us. And it doesn't necessarily have to be skin color. It could be, women talking about it. It could be our nationalities talking about it. It could be humans talking about it, right? It could be our age graphic demographic, excuse me, talking about it. But we need to be talking about it, and we do not talk about it enough. We just talk so much about violence, about shootings. We do not talk enough about mental health. Mental health and suicide is just as high as car accidents and just as high as shootings. And these are the things that we really truly need to be talking about mental health, about suicide, because these are our loved ones. I don't care what the situation is. These are our loved ones. And no matter what we may experience throughout this process, and it could be something very detrimental, these are still our loved ones with that sickness to them. It's a sickness, okay? It's something that with time, we as people can actually overcome it. And it's not going to take a blue pill. It's not going to take a one night. It's not going to take one YouTube video. It's not. But it's a start. One YouTube video. It's a start. By the way, this is our one of our boba teas. This is our our berry bougie boba tea. This is our first boba tea. So, sponsored by number 4 Fresh Blend Irish. We're trying out our new straws. Mm, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. We're going to be still talking about it. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Mm. All right. So I had to wet my whistle. And throughout me watching this Empire, and Kingsley just would do anything his mama said. Just seeing the process of Andre and seeing how he's actually breaking down, and you see him try to hold it all together and hold it all in. But he can't after a while. It's like it's starting to ooze out of him. And it's oozing out of him so much that now it's spilling onto everyone else near him. And although he may think that it's not affecting anyone, oh, but it is. It's affecting everyone. It's even affecting people that is watching it, like myself. And again, as I'm watching it, and I'm like, yo, this is so real. Like, this is it. This is so real. They captured it right on. So Diana Houston, Diana Houston, you did a great job. A great job directing this, because when I say it was so live and so real, and again, I have not been watching it, and I came back to watch it. And as Andre and Terry, his wife that he's getting ready to marry, they've been common law, they're getting ready to officially marry, and she finally notices what everyone was talking about. And in life, we have our friends and our family, they'll snicker. They'll kitty kitty cat cat. Kitty kitty. What they used to say in the gay ball, cat cat kitty 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 cat cat cat. And it was like Vivica 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 ah. Y'all know I don't have no rights to that, so don't you dare come for me. And it was more like, wow, I'm just seeing it and it's bursting out of him. And as she finally realizes, everyone is right. Oh my God, look at him. Look at this man I'm about to marry. He is about to kill me. He is seriously about to choke me out of here. And she's like, nah, I think we should postpone the wedding. And he's like, listen to me. You're going to get married and you're going to like it. Basically. And for the life of her, she's scared. And then when they have dinner, they're at the table, all the families there, all the Empire family. They're cooking, she there, girl. She just as fly as she wanna be. And Lucius and Hakeem, everybody's there, right? They're about to have dinner. The rehearsal, they get ready for their invitations. Andre's about to serve them this golden invitation on this amazing platter. And she gets upset. Terry's just like, nah, I'm not feeling well. They're ready to cheer, hold up their glasses. And she's like, "Mm, I'm not feeling too good." And Cookie like, eh, girl, hold up your glass. And she like, nah, I'm just not feeling good. And she walks out, she leaves. And Andre has this anger of emotions that just burst at the table. Like he almost cracked that table in half. No! And the reaction on Cookie's face was just, she needs to get an award for that face because Cookie, great job, great job. Peace and blessings. Look at that. My little notification come up that says Empire is waiting. I know, boo. I know. And it's on Tubi, okay? Check it out. And her face was just like it was just in startle. It was in startle fear. And she just turned around. She jumped in her face. And I mean, just the way she lashed back and was like, Lucius, you better go get him. you know, it for me, it did a lot because, again, just going from the suicide prevention walk to healing from Mental Health Monday and the suicide walk to Talking Tuesday. And I'm like, no, we gotta talk about this. We're not talking about this enough. We're not. We're talking about it, right? But we're not really talking about it because it's in our family. It's hereditary. It is there. It's generational curses. It's there. And everyone always was like, that's just in the blood or it's in the family or that's all right. They'll feel better. It's okay. Or they'll talk shit about you. Oh my God, there she go. And then he go talking that crazy shit again. Why you just can't get it right. Look at everyone else. Why you can't be like everyone else. And why do you gotta go dress like that? Why do you be like that? Why do you wear that type of makeup? Why do you wear that type of hair? Why do you wear those tattoos and piercings? And why are you gay? Why are you straight? Why are you bi? Why are you in question? Why do you want to chop your penis off and push it into a coochie? Why? Right? Why do you want to do these things? Why do you want to harm yourself? They say. Why do you want to listen to rap music? Why do you want to be Muslim? Why do you want to be Jewish? Why do you want to be in a biracial relationship? Why? So all of these questions come up in our friends, families' minds, right? And we ask those questions. We put so much pressure on other people and what they are doing, but not enough pressure on ourselves on what we aren't doing to even be in a healing space. And as I'm watching this empire, I'm like, yo, this shit is freaking phenomenally crazy. And I'm like, they got it down packed. So they're at the wedding. They're singing, ain't no higher love. Wait a minute, what's it? Take me to higher love. Something like that. I think that's the song. Anywho, y'all know that was not me singing on that damn track, okay? And they're getting ready. Now, a few episodes prior, Terry tried to go to Cookie and say, hey, on the rehearsal dinner, hey, listen, I don't think really this is a go. We're having problems. I don't this yeah. Like she started having cold feet. She started knowing like this is not right. Something's not going on. I probably should say something. And let me go to the mother and say it first. She goes to Cookie. Cookie just kind of like pushed it off, Girl, that's a marriage. That is, oh, that's what happens. And you can't with oh man, and I should have wrote this down. It was a quote she said. And the quote basically stimulated into you can't have the roses without kissing some thorns, okay? And it was somewhere around about that area. And I mean, that was real. That was some deep shit, Cookie. That was real deep because I was like, she right, Then I'm like, she pushing her off. She pushing her off. Nah, nah, nah. But damn, she tried to tell her, like, listen. She's like, nah, this is what happens in relationships and marriages. This is you just gonna have to get it together. Kind of like pushing her out there like that tough love. You ain't talking about shit. You're crying about nothing. We all go through that. That's fine. But then now, fast forward back to the wedding. Take me to higher, right? And she's sitting there, Cookie's sitting there. She's waiting for them to come down and waiting for Terry to come down. And all of a sudden, she started thinking about the car ride trip, about her sisters turning her in, and she did 17 years. So she's just sitting there reflecting, right? And again, just like we do in life, we sit back and we think about what we've done and who we did it with and why did we even do it in the first place. All those shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And as she's sitting there on the bench, they're still waiting for her to come down. And then it pops in her head back to that conversation when Terry was trying to get her attention. Like, girl, I am not okay. Your son is motherfucking crazy. Okay. Like, this is not working. We need to get him some help. Something is not going right. And she turns around to Lucius and she's like, Terry was trying to tell me something. Terry, they both quickly go out the back out the back door, and they go find Terry. And as they go find Terry, Terry's in there like, no, no, like, I gotta tell you all this. Like, I'm not good. Like, your son is tripping. Like, I'm scared. I'm feared for my life. He's gonna kill me. And it's not well. He's something's going on with him. Y'all need to get him checked. We need to talk about this. I'm not marrying him. And however, Lucius and Cookie, I'm sure they helped her plan her escape. Because that's what I felt like anyway, because you see the clip, Terry in a car with her oldest son and the baby, and they're like like they look like they just threw them in like Rosa Parks type situation, like they trying to hurry up and get out of Harriet Tubman and all. It was like like people were really coming, with guns and shit. And again, director, you did such a great job, because when I say it looks so real, it was it was so real that it was uncomfortable. Yeah, it was so real that it was actually uncomfortable. And again, coming from the suicide walk, now Mental Health Monday of healing, and Tuesday talking to, I'm like, yo, we gotta talk about this shit. And what's her name? Terry, as she in a car. And again, like I said, her face was just so scary-fied, so fearful. And you can tell like how she was holding on to her sons, like again, very real. Everything was very, very real. And throughout that process, I'm still like, yo, this shit is bananas. Like, why are we talking about this? Like, for real, why? Why are we talking about this? Why? Because it's so taboo? Because it's so real that it's actually happening in your home and in your home and your home and somebody else's home and somebody in the back home and your girlfriend's home and your cousin home, and I'm like, no, we gotta talk about it. The scene when he plays it really well, and Andre, I'm talking about, he plays it real well when Lucius comes behind him, basically whispering in his ear, like, Terry's not coming. And you see him get real, like, and he got all his stuff together. And he turns around to the crowd and family and friends, and he says, hey, Terry's not feeling really well. And so we're going to see you all at the reception. By that time, Terry will join us. And, but we're practically married anyway. So we'll see you all there for a bite to eat, basically. Everyone clears out. And it's Cookie, Lucius, and Andre. And Andre goes storming up there. He goes trying to find her. And he's like, Terry! Terry! Terry, where you at, Terry? Where's my wife? Where's my wife? So he just starts snapping. He starts going off. And as he's going off, Lucius and Cookie are like, you see them not even arguing about themselves now. Not arguing about what they've been through in a relationship, who cheated on who did what with who, that shoulda, coulda, woulda. They're now coming together as parents, right? And they're like, yo, our son needs help. How can we help him? No, leave Terry be. So they're walking around, they're following him, they're trying to get him. He's ripping up the reception hall. Now listen, if y'all ever watch Empire, for real, even just caught a glimpse, they got every crystal ball lit, every engineer equipment, okay? Every microphone you want, every studio hall you need, every rehearsing booth you should ever request. They got it on Empire. All the artists, everybody, okay? And they ripping this shit up. Andre is ripping it up. But the way he's ripping it up, he looks like Incredible Hulk slash Wolf slash Michael. Like he looked like Freddy, all of them, Jason, all in one. He's like, rah! And he's like ripping up the freaking podium thing that they got, that they stand on, ripping it up, he's pulling it down, and you just see the cameras going in and out. You see Cookie face, you see Lucius, they're like, they're crying, and it's just so many multiple, okay, many and multiple, yes, same, but here we're going to use it a little bit sweet different, because multiple, right? has many. Okay. Various has lots. It's the collaboration of all of these together. Various, multiple, many, multiple, you multiplying, okay? Oodles, all right? And it was so much energy going on. Again, if it was in 3D, 4D, oh my shit. Like 4K, what they call it now. And again, director, like I really got to give it up to you and the team because as a person going through mental health and will always be overcoming and going through that process of healing, right? Because we're always healing from something. People are like, oh, I healed from that. You're always going to be healing from something. And when I say y'all did such a phenomenal job with these episodes, and again, I don't know what happened to the second and third, all the rest of them seasons, because like I said, y'all lost me. I was there for the first one. I was always through it. I'm like, yes, this is it as an artist. This is it. This is for me. This is for us. And a few episodes that I was like, y'all lost the shit out of me. I don't know what happened, but it was a sleeper. I was gone. It was it. It wasn't even stimulating enough for me. It was the first one was overstimulated. No, excuse me. The first one was stimulating. Okay. The other ones was no stimulation. It was understimulating, okay? And these episodes, man, that shit had me stimulated like a motherfucker. Like I was like, what? Shit, look at what? Oh my God, Terry, run. Girl, why would you go in here? And then she taking a baby. You know he gonna come after his son. That's his freaking heir. You know he coming. And then she get into the motel room and turn around and he there stalking her, finding her, found her. And like, we gonna go right back on home. That's right. And the baby. And scooter her ass right on out. And I'm sharing this because there are so many people, our family, friends, even you all may have experienced some form of level of abuse, whether if it was mental abuse, spiritual abuse, sexual abuse, whether if it was physical abuse. I don't know if I said that already, but if I did, you heard it again. And, you know, just when I say watching it, I just was like, shit. Like it took me back to when I got stalked. Like that shit was freaking bananas, okay? And now I'm able to stand tall and share my story. So thankful, okay? So thankful for healing. And because I didn't know what this Jew was capable of, okay? And when you don't really know what someone is capable of, man, you'll fall for anything. You'll fall for the okiest doke. And when I say I fell for it, because I'm like, hey, he say he love me. Mm-mm. Nah, he just loved what I was able to benefit, that I was able to benefit for him, and he really thought he was going to get a meal ticket out on my juice, okay? Let's be real, okay? And once I started getting whiff of that, I was like, nah. And then it's like, you wasn't even telling me certain things that you were supposed to, what's the word I want to say? What is the word when you share, you volunteer? You were supposed to tell this, okay? I told something, you were supposed to have told this, right? And people be like, well, just because they do it, do you supposed to do it? Or just because you care and you love or you like this, should they be the same? I don't care what you say. You love me and I love you. You gotta show me you love me, okay? Don't be doing all that extra shit because when I unzip it and I come out in my wolf mode and I come out like in my heart and my mental health is there, and it's just like, hold on, my mental health is compromised, okay? So when my mental health is compromised, well, yours might be as well. Peace and blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, everyone. Listen, if you are putting comments in, I will read them momentarily. When I'm in a spiritual awakening and spiritual place, I always love to just share and be able to be obedient in what I was supposed to share. And again, like we all will be ancestors, and my ancestors whoop my ass when I don't tell what I'm supposed to, and I don't come and I don't share and relay a message. I get my ass whooped, okay, all the time. And I don't know how big y'all ancestors are, but I know my ancestors is about the people that we talking about tonight on Empire, okay? Those beasts, okay? And when those beasts are unlocked and they are unleashed and they are fed onto you, it's a certain way you got to handle them. And if you don't handle them appropriately and properly, honey, and mismanaged emotions or mismanaged emotions, honey, and mismanaged energy will be all over the place and oozing and oozing and oozing. Honey, it's toxins, it's poison. Okay, it's like an onion, a raw onion in your refrigerator without it being covered, honey. An onion has its own toxins. An onion has its own poison, okay? And it also has its own healing as well, and healing properties, and it will pull mucus out of your body, okay? And sickness and them, what they call them, plagues and things like that. And I said toxins already, but anywho, so just being in a space of being able to share, honestly and openly and transparently and vulnerably, it's really a healing in itself. And so again, my ancestors are so big, so I gotta share this shit, okay? So I'll be able to get to your comments momentarily. So as Andre is ripping up this hall, and this shit is elegant too. I mean, think about it. Every piece of ice that you can think of is there. And he's ripping it up. He's running around. Where are Wayne? Where are you? Come on now. And they like, Andre, they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him. Everybody's trying to hold on to him. And he's just breaking through. And he's pushing. And he's just breaking shit. And he is attacking. Okay. But remember Kingsley, like I said, the eldest, right? The eldest that no one knew. Lucius didn't even know that he had this child, okay? Such a shock and a surprise. And now the mom is like the one, like I said, that started having, coca in her system while she was pregnant with Kingsley. He goes into Lucius' house and he's mixed up between what his mama told him that was not true and what Lucius was telling him. And he trying to get it all together. He goes in Lucius' house and he kills himself, shoots himself right there. So first he pulls the gun on Lucius. And y'all know how Lucius is. Lucius is a big tough Tony dude. He like, nah, he a pretty motherfucker. Y'all pretty motherfuckers. You know how we do. And anywho, and so, throughout that process of him just going through his shit, and Kingsley shoots himself in front of Lucius. And as he shoots himself, finding out that Andre not only is battling mental health, but he's also battling cancer. And it was a form of cancer. I'm not sure the name of it. It's a form of cancer. And he was on stage 4. So he didn't have that long, they were saying. He needed a heart. I think they said he needed a heart or kidney. Heart. I think heart. Heart New York kid. Listen, he needed a body part, okay? He needed a body part. And I was that body part, girl, he was not going to make it. So Cookie teamed up with Kingsley, who shot and killed himself. And Cookie, both moms, linked up with each other. And being as though now Kingsley is part of the Empire and part of the Lion's children, well, he gets some right to it. And the mom obviously did something and she got her way into it too. So she started to be co-director or director of it, whatever. Again, emotions and mismanaged emotions also can become from mismanaged money, right? And mismanaged time and mismanaged eating and mismanaged thinking, mismanaged of a lot of things, right? Again, us as adults, we are nothing more than grown ass children. That's all we are. We're just nothing but grown ass children, okay? So, what we didn't heal from when we were younger, we still take into every relationship, every family foe, every job, every situationship, as y'all call it, every sneaky, stinky link y'all want to have it, okay? And whew, these spiritual bondings and it's so many things happen in these emotional and mismanaged spaces. And Cookie, and I think her name is Kathy, Cookie and Kathy. It's almost Cookie and Kathy. If I am wrong, if y'all do know that her name, make sure y'all put it in the comments. Thank you so very much. And they decided, she like, all right, listen, we'll exchange. This part, that's what it was. That's how she got right to it. Yeah, there we go. Kathy mom. Kingsley mom, Kathy, got part rights to Empire because Cookie and Kathy exchanged a body part for a company. And they did all this behind Lucia's back. And Lucius find out, of course, and everything goes haywire. However, throughout that process, okay, now the heart, I think it is the heart. I think it was the heart. And the heart now from Kingsley is in Andre. And now it shows this representation of how you can be how you can be misled or misguided by your mismanaged emotions and your trauma and all of those dark clouds and the dark secrets and the taboo conversations and the things that we're really not saying but we really need to be saying because it's happening in our homes and all those lies and deceit and all that bullshit that people really place on you. And if my cousin offends you, well, stay tuned for more. And throughout that process, now you see Andre and you see him fighting with himself and fighting with Kingsley. Hey, mom. Peace, peace, mother. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. And, you see the split. And I don't know if you guys ever watched the movies Split. Speaking of that, Split. And I happen to have met the guy that played the cop in there. Yo, that shit was so loud. And I believe his name was Nikia. I think it's Nikia or Nikia. And it just was crazy how you see the split personalities and how he was able to turn into Patricia and he was able to be back himself and then these are things that are happening in our homes and again we are not talking about it enough, honey. Y'all talk more about, let me tell you, y'all talk more about bullshit than y'all do shit that really matters. Like, y'all be talking about shit that don't even matter. Like, what are y'all talking about? We're talking about mental health, suicide prevention, okay? Identity crisis, personality disorders, okay? And being able to stand up strong in them and either seek to get help or be a part of your own shit, right? And be able to heal with it and actually master your craft, right? And be great at it and not shitty, right? And giving people the shitty inversions of you. And, you know, Andre and the way he portrayed his part, I've seen that person before. I have. I've seen that person before. Jeez Louise. I don't know if I like this with this. I don't like this top, this straw with this one. Yeah. Mm-mm. It's not coming out right. Nope. Don't like it. Ah, that's why. It's a boba. Nah, I think I'm going to do it this way because I really want to drink it and I don't feel like fighting with the boba. This is brewed tea. This brewed tea was steeped in its juices. So it is strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, honey, vanilla almond milk, boba, and a few other things. Give it a boba. And I think I'm gonna add a mint in that. And throughout this process of seeing Andre and just seeing him rip everything to shreds, like when I say he's fighting with this demon, Kingsley, he's fighting with himself now because now Kingsley is a part of him. And as he's fighting himself with Kingsley, it's like you see him the mirror going back and forth. You see him changing. You see him getting so angry. You see her in fear. Terry, his wife, is feared. You see this baby going back and forth through it. You see him just so angry that he doesn't even see where he's at. He doesn't even see what he is damaging through the process. And I've seen that person before. I did. I've seen that person before. I've seen that person in my family. I've seen that person in my loved ones. I've seen that person and mates that I've been with. I've seen that with family, friends. I see that with strangers. I've seen that with neighbors. I've seen that with people I don't even know. I've seen it just randomly getting on a bus and going to work. I've seen people jump in front of, you know, moving vehicles. I've seen people harm themselves and I've seen people take pills. I've been one to have taken pills. I've cut myself multiple times growing up as a teen, and being able to be in a more healthier space. There are so many things in this world that could have really damaged me going forward, even just in relationships, and sharing that story of being stalked and not on, and I'm not even talking about like hang up a few times, they gonna call back. Oh, whatever, I'm leaving, and they gonna come back. No, no, we're not talking about that type of stuff. We're talking about bust out your window. I bust the windows out your car, you know, and for me, it was just like fear. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is what's up with dude? Like, I'm just not gonna marry you, bro, because you didn't identify that you smoke what? We don't do that type shit, okay? And I'm like, nah. And so being as though I declined this fake ass engagement, okay? And he threw bricks through my window. Front window, basement window. Scared the living shit out of me. I had to get up. freaking 6, 7X to come help me, okay? And a pit bull and a rifle. Like, dude came strong with the shit. Like, whoa, what? And when I say that was the most fearful thing a person can go through, especially when they don't know a person's high, right? And high could be anything. It can be something, a chemical. It could be something, a an addiction. It could be something that someone fixated on. And so I don't know your level of your levelness, right? Because my level, let's say hypothetically we kicking back and we having we having a few cocktails, right? I don't know what your level is, right? Your tolerance level. Your level could be 22 cocktails where I'm on seventh and I'm like, whoo, let's call it a night. Excuse me. And you're like, nah, 22, 28. Woo, party! 99. You like, who is you? What's your name? Identify yourself when you are coming near me. And so those things look scary. And at first, I ain't really know, right? And it did. It scared me for a minute. It did. It scared me for when he kicked out the basement window, right? And I'm like, oh. But when the brick came through, and I'm like, it had me thinking something my daddy raised me on. My daddy said, a man who hit a woman is a punk. And although he did not hit me, he wouldn't let me leave out the room though. And so I bit the shit out of his own. I gotta go get my kid. Like, get out of here with that shit. And when I say, again, you don't never know someone else's level of highness. And I didn't. But then when the second window broke, and it just had a quick remembrance of how Cookie was when she was sitting, waiting for Terry to come down the aisle. And she had this epiphany, this raven moment, this clairvoyant of spiritual awakening, and was like, wait. She telling something. And so I had that whole view, and I was like, he a punk. Like, how you gonna break a woman's window and you know she got kids? You gonna break her window and you gonna smash all her shit in her house, and you just gonna sit up here and break everything and break the baby bed and break the freaking lights. And he ransacked my whole entire upstairs and downstairs. I had three bedroom upstairs, downstairs, basement, and ransacked all that shit. And I'm like, like what? Did I done stepped in here now? What did I done step in? What the hell was it? So boy got shot in his head a few years prior. It was on the news, all of that. And when I first smelled something on his breath one day, and I'm like, what the fuck is that smell on your breath? He like, oh no, this Henny. And I don't drink, I stopped drinking. I just drink wine. And I'm like, that's not it. That nah, bro. Bring that breath back. I'm like, what the fuck? What died in your mouth? And I said, let me ask you a question. You smoke what? And I didn't think he was gonna respond the way he responded. And this motherfucker had the nerve to tell me, yeah, I only do it a little bit. Cause you know when I got shot in my head, I'm like, wait. Nigga, you did not declare this shit. Like I felt like Like when I tell y'all, I felt like, what is that, over the border? I felt like going over the border. You didn't clarify your goods, sir. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. Wait a minute. Bring it back. This not working. This, yeah, no, but I'm not dealing with that shit. No. Broke the engagement off. Broke my home, rammed all my shit, freaking like when I said, and then was moving in. It was just too much. And I'm like, nah. Wait a minute. Like, damn, this is not it. Kept stalking and calling and showing up where I'm at. And I mean, I had to go get a PFA. It was just freaking crazy. And I'm like, dude, just deal with your mental. Like, just deal with your mental. We're not talking about it enough. We're not dealing with it enough. We just, oh, that's just her. Or we'll talk shit. Oh, because you know her dad left, or her mom ain't shit, or they on crack, or that's a crack baby. Or like, why are you just talking? Why aren't you getting your family and your friends help? Why aren't you talking about this more? Why aren't you finding ways to help alleviate not only there, but yours? This is your family. These are the people that, what's the word I want to say? Not supposed to love. Not that word. These are the people you are responsible for. There we go. Responsibility and accountability. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I watching on Empire? What is this? And I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about this shit. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about suicide. We're going to talk about stalking. We're going to talk about these things because your family and friends are ones doing it. Your family and friends are the one going through it. Why aren't we talking about this enough? And I'm like, you know what? It's Talking Tuesday. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Because you know, on Talking Tuesday, where we love to talk so damn much on Tuesday. And everyone loves Queen and all of these things, and then some hate Queen. But guess what? Queen go through mental health just like you do. And where you think Queen Juicy shit came from? All the shit I couldn't do as a child, and who I was. Queen Juicy Shake been there, boo. She been there since a child. And things that we aren't talking about are our weakest moments. And yes, I know y'all be like, well, people can play on you and your mental health. And yeah, they can. They sure enough well can. They can. They can. They have absolutely can. Matter of fact, they have. Yeah. Matter of fact, they have. But the more that you're in your mental health space and healing from that and being able to actively work on it. See, we don't actively work on our mental health. Why? Oh, because it's too much to untangle. It's too hard. It hurts so much. It's too painful to go back to that. But you rather still live that death every single day while still living. That's what's not okay. Then spilling it on other people. That's not okay. And Terry was scared like me when I first started. I was scared. When I say I was so scared, I left my home, still had my apartment there in West Philadelphia, born and raised. And I had my apartment, I was still there. And I left. This was before I went to Atlanta. Well, first I went to Georgia, but this was before I went to Georgia. And I was scared at first. I was scared like shit. I was afraid because I didn't know his high, right? I didn't know his capabilities. I didn't know his mental health status. So we get into these relationships and we don't know their mental health status or our own for that matter. We have friends, we have intimate partner. We don't even give two flying shits that they bad shit crazy. And then we marry, right? And then 80 years later, y'all wake up and be like, I don't know who that man I married. That woman is not the woman I married. Yes, she is. She is. How you just did not see that heifer. She was on the side. You should have peeked all the way around, but you didn't. You took what was the next best thing coming and didn't ask no further questions nor require them. And like me, I didn't ask. It was just like, okay, we was in college together. We was in the same classroom. I'm like, we was cool, but we weren't like friends. We was cool. So I was like, fine. And he came with that okey doke. Again, you don't know you nor other people. You will fall for anything, okay? And I fell for the okey doke. He came to me and was like, oh, you, God told me you are my wife. You are my wife. And I'm like, okay, that's cute and all, yeah. All believing the bullshit. And then I'm like, just started seeing shit. And like when I be driving, he'd be over, he'd just be staring at me. Okay, hi, hey. Go back to driving. Turn around. He fucking staring at me. And I'm like, it's bananas, but okay. Again, like us, we all in life just brush it off. Then one day I go look in my closet and the back of my, some say, Queen, go in the back of your closet. Girl, I look at the back of my closet. This mother sucker moving in my shit. Ain't give me not a damn rent money. Okay. Ding-a-ling wasn't going to suffice, okay? It wasn't about that for me, okay? For real, for real. Like, it was more like, damn, if you was an upstanding person, I thought, you said you wanted to do this, we doing this, cool, let's do it. We're acquaintances, okay? I'm not going to say friends. And I didn't ask better questions. I didn't require shit. I just accepted what was given. Then what's your mental health status? I mean, everybody go through that whole, well, what's your STD status? What's your mental health status? Okay, what's your credit status? what's them statuses? Let's talk those statuses. And I'm like, I smell this on your breath. Nah. Nope. And that's when the anger came. And that's when the rage came. And that's when the violence started happening. I'm like, you gotta be motherfucking kidding. You gotta be. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be. Because, God, this not for me. This definitely is, this not for me. It's not for me. No. Mm-mm. But it was for me at that time. And I had to go through that to be able to share this with you for you to may not have to go through it, even if I could save one person. So I started going through the domestic violence and I started going through, you know, I can't say the name because to protect the women, but I went through a domestic violence home, a shelter for women and children. And I went there under the Domestic Law Act. And like I said, I had to get a 3-year PFA. And I mean, even the process of going down there was freaking ridiculous. I'm telling them like the shit that I'm going through, and I got proof of this shit, and I got everything. And it's like they were penalizing me. And I'm like, well, damn. I mean, maybe I should have penalized me a little bit more. Peace and blessings coming in. Thank you so much for being a part. It's Talking Tuesday. And as we are closing out our Talking Tuesday, because yeah, it's 11 o'clock. We still got a little time. And, I'm like, I'm going down there. They got this little phone that you got to basically tell all your business to right then and there. Or why you come down. They got to escort you. And they got to see if you. And again, I get it. Because you got people falsifying shit. I got you. Cool, got it. But when I say, I'm like, just feel like I'm getting and not interrogated, but more so interrogated, like I'm getting penalized all over again. It's like nightmares happening all over again. We had to go to court. I had to keep showing up to court. I keep looking at his buster face. And I'm like, I couldn't even look at this motherfucker. They like, don't contact him. He won't contact you. Whoever contact each other or whoever contact who first, the PFA is void. Not, I mean, it doesn't work anymore. He would call, 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 call. He would call my business partners. He would go through my Facebook page. I had the business page up. He hooked my Google account to his Google account. So he was like stalking my every move. Like the shit was bananas. Listen, I know I'm flying off, but listen, you ain't gotta be doing all that shit, okay? Because it take a lot to keep me too. So if you've been here for a while, you know. It take a lot to keep me, okay? And when I say it just was freaking weird, and I'm like, again, I'm scared. I'm like cooking. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like Terry, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm thinking, you know, and I really realized I said, yo, he is a punk. Like you is a punk ass. I'm like, nah. I jumped quickly out of that fear space. And I'm like, man, I wish a nigga would, I wish a mother sucker. What? You talking about Andre gonna have that beast? Like, no. I'm like, no, 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 no. Off of what get out. No, 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 no. And that's how I felt. And I was like, no. So I started going to the gunshot range. I started just like, nah, I wish you to, no, we're going to fight today, okay? We're going to fight today. Wait a minute, hold on, let me say, we're going to fight today, okay? And throughout that process, I'm like, man, we're going to have to get it together. And the more I started getting it together, the more I started getting my strength back, the more I started finding out who I am and where I'm going and how you're not going to fuck up on me no more. And I'm like, nah, we not having it. So finally, me out and sharing this and sharing about mental health, it just was like, what better way to do it on Talking Tuesday, right? Because mental health is out here. And it took me a really, really long time to trust a man again. It really did. It took me, like, I started just learning how to date. And I'm like, nah, you're not it. Nope. Next. Nah. Nope. Never mind. No, don't even. No, I can't. Then I took myself off the market. And I took myself off the market without being with anybody for a while. And I was like, okay, I think I'm ready again. I think I'm ready again. I think I'm ready again. And that was my husband. My husband is, and I love him to pieces. And even in relationships, relationship has their turmoil. Relationships has their great times. Relationships has their moments where two people are figuring out where they are. But I do know that what I experience in my mental health, it bothers the fuck out of my husband. And in that space, I just want clarity in our lives as people to be able to say, hey, this is where I am today. I don't feel so good right now, and be able to share that and have your friends and your family take heed to that to say, you know what? Our family is not well today. I think we need to go check up on them. I think we need to go, see if they're okay. Did they eat today? And so going through abuse and mental health and suicide and all these different things, trauma, are generational curses. And a lot of what I experienced went through a lot of my relationships. But what I did make sure of this time is to not take my husband through all the relationships I've been through and all the men that did me wrong. Because it's not fair. It's not. It's not fair to have to go through what someone else already, and so I'm like, damn, I could have, I could go through relationships and do do people how they do me, but I choose not to. I really do. And I found out I sleep better. I found out I'm a better human when I'm able to reflect. Like Cookie was sitting there and waiting for Terry to come down, and she started reflecting. Like Terry Ben was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening. And I'll never forget when I was in that relationship for literally a few months. It was literally, it was fast as it came and fast as it went. And I remember I did. I tried to go to my mom, and I tried to tell my mom. And I was same thing, Cookie. Like, I mean, that's those the type of relationships, and you'll get through it. You're gonna be fine. It's just this is what happens. And I'm like, nah, man, you're a little off. And I'm off telling somebody else they off. That's why I'm like, nah. I done been so off that I'm now on. And that's not working, mom. That's not it. That's not it. This is it though. I really like the combination of the boba. It's blueberry boba and pomegranate boba. It's amazing. And my last straw though is just like I said, when I smelled that embalming fluid on his breath, I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nah. I was like, this, I just can't. And everything that happened afterwards, I just was like, wow. And so going through mental health, going through suicide awareness and prevention and idolization, I know I did not say that right. It really shed ooh, a lot of light just on my family and my friends and my loved ones. And even when I am going through my own turmoil, I really try my hardest to come to my husband and explain to him, hey, these are the things that I was experiencing at the time. I'm sorry, or, these are, it wasn't this. I wasn't trying to say it this way. I meant it this way. These are because I feel like it's conversations that us as people aren't having. It's like, it's really not that, ma'am. It's really this. Like I was at work and a customer came to me, I believe it was yesterday. Wait. Yeah, it was yesterday. And a customer came to me, and soon as I was like, welcome, and she didn't even say hi. She just went on to what she wanted. And I said it again. I said, hi, welcome. How are you today? And she had this look on her face like she was about to square me. She was like, well, she was like, never mind, I'll wait. Because she was gonna wait for, I call him my brother, but in the world of coworkers, but that's my brother. And she was like, well, I'll wait for him. And I'm like, no, but if you need some help, I can help you. I said, however, I just don't start talking to people without saying hello, good morning, good evening, good rising, something. And that's how I was raised. I'm just not going to forfeit my morals and values and my upbringings that I don't feel like I need to delete or unlearn, because there are things you have to unlearn, right? There are some things you learn, you unlearn, you relearn. And I'm like, that's not one that I was willing to give up. I'm not willing to give that up or putting your money on the counter. No, honey, you put that shit in my hands, bruh. It goes in my hand, man. Okay. And she basically had a hold too. But when we finally talked about it, and I said, listen, I wasn't trying to be smart. I said, Queen, I just was letting you know. I was just being honest and frank with you and letting you know that I don't speak to people without them saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, something, blessings. I don't know. But we're just not going to go into something like, hello, how are you? People just come in. I'm here to fix. Hi, how are you today? And oh, I'm so sorry. And her and I, we had an even exchange of, you know what? I do apologize. I wasn't trying to be smart. I just wanted to let you know. And she was saying, I'm so sorry. She said I wasn't even, in that space. And again, being mindful. She was not being mindful of where we were, right? And I just had to pull the tail a little bit like, listen, my name Queen for a reason, okay? You're just not gonna do that, okay? And the more I'm starting to be honest with people to say, no, this don't feel right. I love you, but I don't like that. Don't talk to me like that. Don't do these things. Ma'am. No, 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 no. We're not gonna talk like that. Don't who are you talking to? We're not. And as I'm learning my balance and my place and my acceptance and my responsibilities and abilities, right? And accountabilities. And we both had a great day. Great day afterwards. She smiled out, smiled. Matter of fact, we actually hugged, okay? We went on about our day. And that was that. Because it's about the level of understanding like I am not well right now, or I am an autopilot, or I am really not here right now. And you know what? I am so sorry that I really said it this way. I wasn't trying to say it this way. And we don't know how to do that as people. It is not a culture thing. It is not an ethnicity thing. It's not a color thing. It's not a sexist thing. It's not an age thing. You know what it is? It's a people's thing. It's a people's thing. It's a people's thing. And this episode was so powerful that I really watched it about 4 times today. Where's that? About 4 times. I do like how the boba pop in your mouth though. So coming from suicide awareness prevention, if you ever thought about it, if you are thinking about it, if you have a plan, don't do it. Please don't. I mean this in all sincerity. Please don't. I don't know who I'm talking to right now. I don't know what you all will get from this. But please don't do it. Put it down. Please don't do it. Please don't. Talk to somebody. Dial 988. Put it, DM me. Hey, can I just talk to you for 30 minutes? Because I do have a complimentary 30-minute. And please talk to someone. Because oftentimes we hold a lot of pain in from what we're not saying. And when we're not saying it, we're doing it somewhere else. So if I could encourage anybody right now, please don't. Please, please don't. Dial 988. And I mean that. Just being able to walk and walk in this suicide prevention, like it meant everything. It did, it meant everything. And to be able to have one of our new, oh my gosh, our queen, she was there supporting us, queens I'll say, was there supporting us. And thank you for being there. Thank you for being a part. The new families that we met there, thank you for being a part. If you are watching this on YouTube, hey, 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 hey. If you are watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Facebook, put some hearts in it. Let me see you. Let me see you. If you are watching this on YouTube, hey, chat in the box. Put some hearts in the chat box. Love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here and being a part. I said today was so special that I really, like I said, really, really, really wanted to come on. I didn't care how late it was. I still just wanted it to be in Talking Tuesday because it was something that was very, very near and dear to my heart. And, you know, the more that we are doing this every day, and I mean, we may skip one day, and most of the time, I think I'm going to start putting up a like a healing commercial or a healing video when I'm not able to come on because I am healing. We'll put that in action. So we'll talk with the team and see how that may happen. And to Yams and JSM, thank you so very much for introducing Talking Tuesday, right? Because Talking Tuesday was not a thing until y'all came up with it, okay? I just will say that, okay? And, if you can see JSM right here, okay? JSM is right there, and Yams is right there. All right, so we just wanted to always make sure we share our Atlanta love. And, you know, again, this is just near there. 988. 988. If you want to talk to Queen, listen, like I said, I do have a 30-minute complimentary. Now, after that, honey, you're going to have to chalk up some coins, okay? It's $100 an hour to talk, okay? So, just for real, place this in your life and speak life over your life. Speak life over your friend's life. Speak great life over your family's life. Speak great life over your partner's life, okay? I pray for my husband all the time, whether if he knows it or not. I pray about him all the time, because when it's people in a relationship, so many things are in formation. Our past, our future, our right now, everybody else's past, their future, their right now. We're just grown as children learning how to coexist together. And it may look so many different ways, but being able to stand strong in them and talk about the most weakest parts about us and the most hurtful things about us, where we can get through the things together. And as people, that's something that we really have to learn how to do more of. Because, honey, this time is just getting worse and worse. And I don't even know what 2045, what does 2045 look like? Can y'all just imagine? And mental health hopefully will be in a greater space where not just about medication. Anybody can say they can take medication, but it's also about actively working on your mental health. And a lot of times mental health goes untreated because people don't really even know their signs. Oh, I'm just, I've had a acquaintance. I really don't like to use friend loosely, okay? Because if I use you as a friend and say you are my friend and use that word as a friend, and you come out to not be a friend, we got a problem. So I got tired of licking my lips, and I forgot I had some lip gloss right near me. And there we go. And what they say, better to kiss you with, my dear. And, it goes untreated because we don't identify with it. Oh, it's just in the genes. Oh, it's just in the DNA. Oh, that's just that thing that they going through. Oh, they got PMS. Oh, don't. And it's just like, no, 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 no. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how it's 8 generations of crazy folks. Let's just talk about it. And what are we doing about it? Just laughing and making a mockery of it, or acting like it doesn't exist. We're in denial about it. We don't want our smoky mirrors, our illusions smashed. And it's just like, for real, why aren't we talking about it enough? And again, direct listen, you did a really great job for Empire. Like I said, I don't know about those other episodes, honey, because they was putting me to sleep. Those other seasons. But this season, and this is season 6, episode 15, and it's called Love Me Still. And the description is, as their wedding day arrives, Terry's fear concerning Andre's temper continued to surface. Surface. I don't know. Why did I read it like that? Surface. And you see the clip of Andre, and you see him going through the process of trying to find her. He breaks out. So they finally, Lucius and Cookie finally get him in a rehab. And, excuse me, why? And as they get him in a rehab and he goes there and they give him this help, and you see him fighting himself. You see Kingsley, you see him trying to overcome Kingsley, and he's trying to get him out of his head. And he's just like, I don't want to talk to you, and don't talk to me. And, it was like this split version again. And again, is this your family? Again, is this your friends? Again, is this your co-workers? Again, is this your brother, your sister? Again, is this your spouse? Again, is this your children? Again, is this your neighbor? Again, is this you? Is this you? For real, is this you? Are you overcoming mental health? I want you to say that right now. I want you to say that right now. I am overcoming mental health. Come on, come on, come on. Say it with me. Say it with me. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I am overcoming mental health. Come on, come on, come on. Say it one more. I am overcoming mental health. My family is overcoming mental health. My friends is overcoming mental health. Because how did I know that dude was smoking wet? How did I know? Because the neighbor, that neighbor at that time was smoking wet. And that shit stinks. Like, that's abominant fluid. Like, that's what they pump dead people with, okay? Y'all better not fit. Y'all better put coconuts in me. Coconut and honey. You got the coconut and honey. And, it just was like, that's in, where that's at? And it really took me for a loop to really go through that process and really have to go through court and go through court. And each time I would go, I could not look this dude in his face. But that last mother sucker time, I marched my little fine ass up there and shit. And I looked that motherfucker in his eyes. And that was it. And I walked in that bitch strong. And I walked out with my head motherfucking high. And that was all she wrote. Because it really gets to a point where it also gets tiresome. And then you also got to put your foot there. And I'm like, nah, we not going out like that. Because I'm going to fight this shit. You out your mind. I'm fighting out of this mother sucker, okay? We fighting. And just being able to sit in those domestic violence groups and hear the women about their abuse and the descriptive and the pictures and the markings and I'm like, oh God, what am I doing? What's going on? Like, it really took me for a loop at first because there was a moment I was looking over my shoulders and I'm like, I went off social media for a long time. Like a few of my peoples was like, yo, what happened to Queen? Y'all know on Facebook, y'all was like, what is going on? He done contacted some of y'all and shit. And I'm like, come on. Like, you doing too much, bruh. Like, it's not that deep. I know I'm fine and all, but honey, it is not that deep. Like, you gonna get you another fine sister. She may not be as fine as me in whatever way. It could be cooking. It could be, it could be the way I do whatever it is I do, it could be whatever. She may be fine in her own right. And I'm like, it's not that deep though. It is not that deep to be breaking windows. It's just, it's just not. Like, it's just not. Like, and I had to really dig myself a new me. I had to really buckle down on my emotions, my unmanaged or mismanaged feelings, and my mismanaged emotions, and my mismanaged anger, and my mismanaged energy. And I just was like, you know what? As much as possible, I gotta get this shit together because I'm not dealing it. I don't like it. I don't like how it feel. I don't like how it's coming off. I don't like even what I'm attracting because I'm like, this is just doing too much. And as I've learned throughout the process, and I'm like, I say that a lot out here. Again, it's about healing, and it's about understanding, and it's about having that responsibility and accountability. And I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't do it no more. I had to stand up for me. And I had to stand up for my mental health. And I had to stand up for my right. And I had to stand up for what was right. And I also had to stand up for what was wrong and what I did not like and what I did not. It just hurt too much. It was too much. It was not enough for me. Matter of fact, it was too much and not enough for me. And I just couldn't do it no more. And I just really started taking my mental health serious and really started learning that I matter too. I may not matter to you or may. I may not matter to you or may. But I matter to me. And I know I matter to our children. And I know I matter to people who really love me and want to see me well off. And I thank you for being here and I thank you for supporting and I thank you for opening up with me and allowing me to be in your homes and on your phone screens and in other countries now. Okay. Yeah. And being able to spread this and share this, these talks and motivation and encouragement because, again, we all need that. And there's a time that you may be on your highest horse and you may be feeling like sitting on top of the world, and then you go from that to float, float on, float on. And then you just go from I bust the windows out your car, and you just go through all the extremities of mismanaged emotions and mismanaged energies and mental health. And Andre was no different. And Kingsley was no different because he was fighting his own illness and his own sickness and his own neglect and abandonment. And I know to me, I had a lot of abandonment issues. I had daddy issues, I had abandonment issues, and I had trust issues. And I had a lot of things going on. And I just was like, I gotta get these shit together one at a time. I don't even care how long it take me. It just gotta get done. It just have to be done. And one by one, it had to get done. One by one. And although Awena's not there where she wanna be, I'm far from where I came from. And I'm so thankful I don't look like what I've been through. And to anyone right now facing mental health, which should be everyone, honestly, you matter. Like it's not about a, again, like I say, it's not a color thing, it's not an ethnicity, it's not a sex thing, it's not a sexist thing, it's not an age thing. It's a human thing, it's a people thing. And you matter, you know. And again, 988, 988. I don't know about 911. Because, honey, they showing up didn't come for my ass. Let me tell you, when I called the cops that day on that motherfucker, okay, I live 2 blocks from the damn police station. Why it took them 45 minutes to come? Okay, 45 minutes from 2 blocks. You mean to tell me you couldn't walk around? Do you mean to tell me the dude from the desk could not walk around the corner? That's what you tell me. He could not walk around the corner. Okay. Again, it's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough in our families. Mental health is on both sides of my family. Both sides. And I love my family to pieces, but both sides are bad shit crazy. Both sides. One is bad shit, the other side is crazy. And you got me bad shit crazy on both sides of the family. And just really telling our stories and telling them the right stories in the right way. Again, my ancestors whipped my ass often. So I had to make sure before 12 hit, before it's a Wellness Wednesday. And on Wellness Wednesday, we love to share 4 things to know about a person, place, or thing. So we will be discussing something tomorrow, and tomorrow is a Queen Day off, honey. So I will be doing some things tomorrow. We will be cooking and possibly juicing, but definitely making a recipe. So I wanted to do another pancake sweet potato bread. However, now I'm going to do it a little bit different because we are doing it with the coconut flour. So we're gonna mix the mango and see how this works. Okay. So I'm very interested in that. And again, if you are in a relationship, and even if you are dating, ask those questions. What is your mental health? What are you like when you're frustrated? What are you like when you're mad and you're sad and you're angry and you're horny and you're frustrated and you lost the job, you gained the job, someone killed themselves in your family, your friend died, or your homie died, or your favorite aunt died, or you can't find your niece, or all your money is gone, you're bankrupt. Like, where are you in these spaces? How do you know that you are in your trauma space? How do you know that you are triggered? Like, what do you do? How do you share that message with someone to say, hey, I'm about to pop off. I'm about to blow up. I'm about to murk you. Like, is there a stop before the stop? Let me see if I can read some messages. Saida, peace and blessings, queen. Hey, 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 hey. Saida in the house. Woo, woo. Hey. Queen, she says, keep up your greatness. Thank you so much, Queen. Oh my gosh. Queen, did you get off that porch yet? Did you get off the porch? You better got off that porch, Queen, okay? I feel like you got off that porch. I know you got that going to porch, but I feel like you almost getting off that porch. I feel like you around the corner. you know, and And Saida is one of the beautiful queens that I've had the opportunity to mentor. And she's such a beautiful queen. She has been through so much in life and she has overcome so many things in life. And I believe it was like 2 years ago, I had coached 14 women. And for 4 months. And just being able to alleviate their stress in some style form and becoming healthier in their mind, heart, and their body. And they are all doing great in their own spaces. Queen, I just sharing your story, just how you have overcome so much. Oh, you in the house now. Queen, you done got off the porch. Now you in the house. Get out of here, Queen. You better go around that corner. You better get your ass around that corner. So I'm sharing with the Queen that, there's things in life when you are on the porch, when you are on the step, when you are in the house, and when you are around the corner. Those conversations are very different because, again, like that whole going through that relationship and going through the PFAs and running away from home and just like I said, getting off of social media for a while. And it just was like, I don't even want to be on the porch. I don't want to be on the steps. I don't want to be around the corner. I don't want to be in the house. I don't want to be outside the house. I don't just blink me away. Just like I dream of genie, like immediately fast, okay? Expeditiously. And throughout that time of dating, it was just like, again, no, no, nah, just no. You don't even get the letter in. You don't even get in, And I just really was like, I don't even want to date, and I was like, yeah, I don't even want to do this shit. I don't want to date. I don't even want to have sex. Like I don't want none of this shit. Just no, just me. And then I wasn't even looking for nothing. Head for my damn husband. Love him. Love him to pieces. And we've known each other for 25 years. And our oldest child is originally his goddaughter. And so I met him at 17 and we go through life. We go through life and we are still here together and he's still getting on my damn nerves, and I am still getting on his everlast. I dance on his. Uh, okay, but I love him so much, and I do, and and I hope that he continues to bear with me and bear with us as we still go through our healing spaces together and always ask those questions. Always ask the better questions. Find out your mental space. Find out your mental status. Find out your partner's mental status. Find out your partner's mental space. Find out your friends, your family, people you love. Find that out. Have that discussion because it really means a lot. I knew something was tingling on my arm, and find that out. Those things are important. Those things are very much important because then you'll wake up one day and be like, I don't know who I married. I don't know that woman. You like, you do. And she just was peeking in the clouds and you just ain't asked the better questions. And after asking those questions, then make your decision. But without asking those questions, and then remember, someone was patient with you too. Because remember, you're not always somebody's cup of tea or juice. In this case, Boba tea. I really like how they pop in my mouth. These are so freaking good. So sponsored by number 4, Fresh Blend Irish. Get green, get going. Okay, it's the pop. Nothing good until you pop it. That's when it's real good. So asking those better questions, in any style of relationship that we become a part of. Anytime that you as a person is there in a space, you are always required and have the right and the decency to ask those better questions, because if your life would be in fear, you have the right to ask those questions. And Terry was scared. She just was like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, and she just came back and was like, you know what? You win. I'm going to play this game with you. You win. Just make sure that I have your word that you will not harm our children. And, just being able to get the help. Lucius and Cookie placed him in a rehab. He was fighting through his demons and fighting through his trauma and fighting through having this body part of his now new founding oldest or eldest brother, who also was fighting his own sickness and then was birthed by a mother who did crack. And he had all these things going on and he was fighting through it. And then one day he finally came home and he did 30 days. And now we're up to a few episodes after that. So being able to have that talk with your family and friends, talk with them, because it's important. And if they say they're going through something, don't be like, oh, you're not going through nothing, or oh, that's just marriage, or oh, no, sit and talk to the person, because you might find out something new that you never experienced before or never seen before, never heard of, and it might be their last cry for help. And now your family, your friends, and gone and killed themselves and harmed themselves and hurt everybody in the process. And only if they could have had the opportunity to just share a quick word of, I'm not okay today. Can you please be with me here? I'm not okay. I don't feel like myself. I feel very angry. I feel very let down. I feel very hurt. I feel betrayed. I feel dismissed. I don't feel loved. I don't feel heard. I don't feel seen. I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel wanted. I don't feel valued. I don't feel important. Have those conversations, because those conversations mean everything. And then allow people to be receptive to what you are saying. They may not get it right then and there. They may not. They may not get it the first time. They may not get it the fifth time. They may not even get it the 20th time. They may not ever even get it. Ever, ever, never, never. But make sure you get it. And make sure that you share that, like, uh-uh. Wait, wait, we're not doing this. Don't you dare. It's a no. No, no. You have that right. You have that right to say, hey, where is this going? What are we doing? Are you playing with me? Are you serious with me? Is this it? Are you lying? Are you cheating? Are you stealing? What are you doing? Don't hit me. Don't touch me like that. No, I don't like that. Have those conversations. Have them. They are so important. So many people go undiagnosed, undetected. So many people go not heard, not listened to. So many people do not make it. And being at that walk the other day, it really just, it really did a lot for me. And it just showed me that This purpose is the reason. I have a big ass mouth. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. So you might as well just get comfortable. You might as well just go get you a snack. Okay. You might as well get comfortable because we here. Mm, that combo together, cute. So this is some popcorn with almond and with animal crackers. I wanted animal crackers so bad the other day, and then I got 'em. So as we in this session, because we have 5 minutes until Talking Tuesday is over. Talking Tuesday is our Wellness Wednesday Eve. All right. Uh, Wellness Wednesday, like I said, we're gonna be doing some baking. We're gonna be doing a little bit of here, a little bit of there. We're gonna do some video and continuing to get the studio together with our online juicing. And we now have the tech being what's that revised or opening and all those things. So you can order your PB&J shake, your strawberries and cream shake, your green apple juice, and your berry bougie tea, or alkaline infused water. All right, so those are the things right now that are on the menu. We Once we finish doing a few more mixing our components and making our concoctions, as my mother would always say growing up. My mom would be like, Shamira, what is that concoction you making? And I'd be like, look, it's just some of your Dial soap. I mean, your Dove soap and your cheese grater. Nothing, mom. Just making a mask at like 7 years old. And literally, I don't know if I told you guys this story of taking my mother's Tupperware containers. And this was back when you had Tupperware parties, okay? And, so I would take her Tupperware containers, I would take her cheese grater and her Dove soap. And I would shred this sucker. And what else did I take? I would take, oh my gosh, I gotta remember that. Hmm. That's all I remember. But hopefully it'll come back to me. And I would make a mask and I would put it in, like, you can't touch this for a week, or just, throw out in a week. I'd be like, Mom, don't touch this, Mom. I never forget that. And I would always create, I'm an engineer. So no matter what I touch, I create. And as Steve Harvey said, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, okay? And so as we are crafting the boba teas, this, like I said, is called a berry bushi boba tea. And it has strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries in it, blueberry boba, and pomegranate boba, some almond milk, and a few other components. And so we'll see. We're going to put on the menu eventually if it makes it there. So we will be doing a pilot of the boba and trying out the boba. So you'll be able to place it on the Yummy or Yuckmo review. And you can let us know. I mean, it's yummy or Yuckmo. So we'll be trying a new few things, new flavors, things like that. You'll be able to see. I don't know if you've seen that on the video recordings of our youngest daughter and our inspiration to her PB&J boba shake. So we have that as well. And just being able to be inspired and have her create because she's also a juice inventor as well. So all the kids are juice inventors in 52 states. So again, like I always share, when we all got that PPA money, instead of me sitting up here buying all the flyest TVs, okay? Because those lines at Walmart were extremely long, okay? No, I paid for a trademark. And it's number 4, Fresh Blend Irish. And around that time, that's when we started our business, number 4, Fresh Blend Irish LLC, where we're always discovering and rediscovering a personal connection to oneself and others are encouraged, inspired, and motivated on a daily. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of Talking Tuesday. And now it's Wellness Wednesday. All right, all. Thank you so much for being a part of the QJS show, formerly known as the Queen Juicy Shake Show. And as we love to say here at number 4, Fresh Blend Irish, get green, get going. Peace, love, and always Ashe. Thank you so much for being here, honey. Be kind to yourself. Listen to some Zen music. Tell yourself you love you. Tell yourself you are overcoming this. Tell yourself you matter. You are valuable. You are expensive, honey. You are worth it. You are needed. All right. And I am giving this love, light, healing energy, baby, along your day. Put some Zen music on to go to sleep and listen. You got this. We got this together, together. Thank you so much. I love you all so very much. Make sure you subscribe, click that notification button, and make sure you share this video that someone may need to hear this. You could be saving a life today, honey. All right. I don't need you to sell me, baby. I just need you to share me. All right. We share us. Look, we sell ourselves. Okay. I love you all so much. All right. It's Boba time. It's Boba time. www.number4.studios. And you can find us at www.number4freshblendirie.etsy.com. All right. Go check out the juices. Go check out hubby t-shirts, graphic t-shirts and designs and his hoodies if you would love to order you one. I just work here, all right, and plenty other ones. Get greedy, baby, about your attention going to these events. Honey, get you a shirt. Get you cop you one, okay? Get you one today. Love you all. Ashe. Yay, this was a good show. I love it. Empire, 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 Empire. Episode 15, Season 6. Go check it out. And again, directed by Diana Houston. Great job, Queen.